There was one time when God spoke to me, and he let me know that Muhammad came to preach, but Jesus came to die. And that's the difference. A message that keep on preaching and preaching. We'll stand and preach from now till tomorrow, fill out the wall and, crazy, but Christ came to die. And that gives us access to eternal peace.
Yeah, but Bishop, before you come in there, Pitman, so Bishop, okay, there's a fundamental disagreement in terms of the theology. But can you accept that there needs to be mutual respect between the two religions in order for there to be some sort of semblance of peace?
Good, all right, good.
Can't you respect the Sheikh's...
I got some wonderful Muslim friends. I respect him. As I say to you, I can see that he is a humble man, and you have radical Muslim out there. I can see that.
And radical Christians.
Yes, of course. I'm a radical Christian, but radical in the way of love, preaching love and compassion for humanity, not in attacking and wars and fighting and say that high for the 9 and 2. No, that's wrong.
So you wouldn't do what the American pastor did?
No, that's taking it in your own hands. If that man know how to pray and seek God, he will take that church into some prayer and fasting and ask for some Muslim to be transformed and understand. He has the power, just like how the media has the power to broadcast the negativity. He had the power to go into fasting and prayer with his congregation and pray and ask God for a shift in where they're about to build that mosque, or mosque or whatever community center, whatever it may be.
Do you agree with the mosque being built so close to
No. Well, it is controversy in mosques, and you see what happened. That is not me to agree. Because as my brother said, they attacked upon America by so-called people who say that they are Muslim has caused this anger within the people, and we need to respect anger, because when anger begin to rage in a person, they will act out of proportion. They will do things that they would not normally do when they are in peace. So if we are seeing, the Bible said that you must give it a right for peace sake. So right there, if we are seeing that if the Muslim then is so off guard,
yes,
right, and they are seeing where this is causing so much uproar in the America and the people, that man would step back and say, look, we are not here to cause problem, so there's a different way to do this. If God forbid, I'll move this thing. Okay. And that's about giving up your right for peace sake, and that's what Christianity preach.
All right, thank you, Bishop. There's a text message I've received here. Firstly, the person who's texting says to say I'm just thank all of you for such a good discussion. But they're saying that shouldn't Islam now repackage itself? Because at the moment you're seen as a religion of violence. Shouldn't, perhaps starting with the Sheikh and then we'll come to your Father Ephraim. Okay. Would you agree with this person's texting that Islam perhaps needs to go on the media offensive and repackage itself, because a lot of people seem to have the wrong perception of your religion?
Alhamdulillah. With regards to Islam repackaging itself, if it's meant that Islam is in need of changing its fundamentals or its principles, that simply can never happen, because of what's been laid down in those 6,236 verses is the eternal and true speech of the Lord. So there's no way that's going to happen. If you mean by the fact that Muslims need to get more involved with presenting a positive image of themselves within the media or in a public sphere in which people can see that Muslims do not belong to that category, I think there are three things very quickly that need to be remembered. Number one, there are a good percentage of Muslims that are heavily involved in different community activities, but these are Muslims that often you will never see, because they are involved in prison work, they're involved in social things, they're involved in helplines or abuse child line networks, they're involved in things in which they will not be in the public eye. And so those Muslims you don't get a chance to see. Number two, the Muslims that are in the public eye, we have to actually have the proper people to speak for us, and it's one of the difficulties that we as Muslims have faced in English. In Arabic, this isn't a problem. In Urdu, this isn't a problem. In Afrikaans, this isn't a problem. But in English, it's a problem, because what's happened is whenever people have said we want to get the Muslim opinion on something, they have gone to any layman from amongst the Muslims to take their opinion. And the people that speak definitively for Islam are its theologians, are its jurists, and its judges. We have to make those people more available so that when people want to know what do the Muslims say, they can come to those people and they can ask them. Third and finally, the media is a difficult situation because if you're talking about radio, as what we're doing here, that is a perfectly welcome venue because you can speak and finish statements that you've made. The problem with television or other quick media sources that are actually reductionist, you are only going to get 1/7 or 1/8 of what you've actually said out there. And you don't know what form of it will come out in, how it's been edited, or on the back of what sentence that you've said that will come out. And this is why sometimes Muslims that have gone into the media, that have presented themselves, might not have been properly represented, or they haven't put themselves across in the best way. But I would certainly say it's not for Muslims to be apologetic about their faith in terms of apologizing for it, or to repackage it in terms of hiding anything about it, because there's nothing to hide.
Okay.
You can buy a Quran anywhere. There's nothing to hide.
Thanks, Sheikh. Father, quickly, I guess you want to come back on the question that I've been asking about violence and the fact that in Revelation, war and rumors of war, and that's the situation, and maybe we'll never see the peace that you desire.
Thank you very much. Once again, I remind you that you don't need to interpret Revelation out of context. Revelation was a warning through John the Apostle that when people do not take on the peace that is being given to them, the consequences are dire. And we've seen that all over the world. That it is not a question of let us arrange this, let us organize ourselves. No, we've just got to accept the peace. So, having said that, it is important to get back to religion. I want to get back to religion, and I want to get back to religious people, to remind religious people that we have an area, and that area is the area of collaboration. It is the area of building. It is the area of sustaining society. It is not the same as in politics. Politics is about power and challenge. Religion is about building and care. They are not the same. And so, to this job, we've not really done our best with reference to the society. And I think that's the central message of the Pope. All the times we have erred to the society, either because of an arrogance to our own way of thinking, and not looking beyond our nose, thinking that others are from the moon and I am from the stars, when we inhabit the same earth, then it is simply because we have myopic views about what God is revealing to us. It is important, and that is where study comes in, and that is why after faith, the next thing you see in religion is wisdom. And wisdom is about opening yourself to understand what God is revealing to you with reference to what He has written down. At any point you say, I have finished it, then you've stopped working with a living God.
Yeah, but won't humans continue to misinterpret?
Exactly. We continue to misinterpret. And that is why religion is in a dynamic process. We have to read and reread what we have read again, and then we get new insights. And that new insight leads us to what basically John chapter 10 verse 10 tells us, I came that they may have life and have it to the full. Now, having said that, I want to maintain that no religion has any legitimacy to use itself as a vehicle of hatred or violence.
Amen.
Similarly, there is no God who has commanded anybody to destroy anybody in His name. And that is one the basic tenet of Christianity, that that violence has been taken away in Christ. And what we have is to give the world the peace that they need, preach the peace, insist on it, and at all times hold on to peace, because that's what has been given to us, and it is positive at all levels. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Father Isaac, very quickly, 60 seconds. You wanted to.
Yeah, I want to ask a question to my learned brother,
You
the
might
Sheikh
not.
here.
You might not have time for that because
Yeah.
we are running out of
Yeah.
time. So if you have a closing remark,
Okay.
you have 60 seconds in which to just say your final remarks. And
Okay, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our gathering here and to thank those who are already outside there listening to us. And I believe it has become a wonderful night for us to be able to know the understanding of the two religious body. And generally we want to thank the 97.5 Kemet FM station for organizing this program. Thank you.
thank you. So Pitman, your final remarks. You have 60 seconds in which to do so.
Yes, it's to do with a seminar. African Black History Month is coming up next month, the month of October, and I will be conducting a seminar, a presentation. This presentation takes place at the Elohim Development Academy. This is on the Wells Road in St. Anne's. And the subject of the seminar is African Contribution to Spirituality and Science. Now, this seminar is on Sunday the 10th of October, starting at 5:30. Everyone is invited for study, debate, and discuss.
Right. Okay, Pitman. So, I just want to thank all our studio guests for joining us in this discussion on religion. It's been an interesting one. I hope our listeners out there have also enjoyed it. And I'd just like to remind our listeners that we'll be back next week, same time from 10 to midnight, talking about another topic or issue affecting the community. So keep listening to the Talkback Show. Thank you.